In this video, I'm going to show you the 3 top things that you can start doing to let go of that person that you have been energetically and mentally attached to so that you can become magnetic for the right person to come to you. I appreciate you subscribing right down at the bottom, and let's get into it. Okay, so when you are letting go of somebody, when you go through a breakup, I know it is a very emotional time. And you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, time will heal these wounds. Well, I'm here to tell you that it doesn't. It really doesn't. And you know that it doesn't if you are still attracting the same type of person as your ex. You're meeting people with those same type of qualities. That's not a coincidence. That is the universe bringing to you that person, what you're an energetic match to. And if you're still there and you still have not let go of that person, it will repeat itself over and over and over again until you are finally ready to look at that and reflect on it and release it so that you are no longer living that kind of reality that has to reflect that to you all the time. So I know for myself, when I got out of my last relationship, or it ended, I took it upon myself. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do some releasing, like some real releasing. And what I did was, and I think this is actually the first time I have done this type of release work. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, that was the first time I actually did it. So when I did that though, I read this book. I was doing all the steps in it to release this person. I did it was 3 months, and I was pretty much over that person. But you know what? I didn't stop there. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go another round just to get anything that's lingering. And so after 6 months, I was over that person. I energetically released that person. I let go. And then from there on, I stopped attracting those type of people that were like my ex. And this is for you. You can tell if you have let go of that person, like actually let go of that person and not just saying it, is if you look at their social media, if you were to look at it right now and see them with a new person, it doesn't bother you. It doesn't matter. Or if you brought that person up, if your family member has brought it up, that person, like, oh, you remember you used to go with so-and-so. And if that triggers you, then you're not over it. And another thing is, if you are talking about this person a lot and comparing people to this person, you're not over that person. You're still energetically and really attached to this person still. You don't have to be attached to people that you're not with anymore. Now, for me, this was something that I'm really, I can really just speak on this because I did it. There is no attachment to that person that I'm with anymore. And also, granted, it has been almost 4.5 years or something like that. But if I wouldn't have done that release work in the beginning when it was happening, then it's not that time wouldn't have healed those wounds. I would have still been in that same state, needing, desperate. So when you take a look at yourself, are you feeling those feelings? Are you feeling needy and desperate and sad? Are you feeling that grief still? This right here is the first thing you can start doing to let go of that person. Reflect on the good times in this relationship, and then reflect on the not so good times of this relationship. Like, what did you really love about it? And what did you really just like, I'm so sick of this. What are those things? Write those down. What was it? What was it that really attracted you to this person, that attracted you to this relationship, that kept you in this relationship? And then what were the other things on the other end? What were the other things that you were like, oh my gosh, I am so over this person. I'm so tired of this. What were the things that were that was happening in the relationship that led you to that? And as you do this though, because you're going to take the blinders off, you're not going to have the rose-colored glasses on anymore, because you're getting down to it. Now, a lot of people don't want to get down to the nitty-gritty of and do the deep work for this, because it's going to bring up a lot of emotion. Like, you're going to feel it, which is good because you're releasing. Your body goes through a chemical, it has this chemical reaction, chemical process for you to actually release things. So you can release this person. It happens on an energetic level. It happens on a mental level, and it happens on a physical level, where you're going to be crying. You're going to be feeling something. You may feel tenseness, and that's good. That means it's working. It's really working. Number 2 is start to see, and write this down. Write it down. Start to see what role you played in this. What was your part in this? Reflect on that. What part did you play in this relationship? Now, this can go in a couple different ways, but one way is what allowed you to get into this relationship? What was it about this person that drew you in? What part did you play in that for attracting this type of person? Now, the part you could have played in attracting this type of person is you're angry with yourself. You're angry about something that happened 10 years ago. You're still angry. So then you attracted a person that's angry. What part did you play in maybe it ending? Was it something that you did, or was it something that they did? Was it something in your part in this? Whether that person broke up with you or you broke up with the person, what was it that kept you in that relationship? What part did you play in that? Did you stay in that relationship hoping that it would get better? Because if you're hoping that it would get better, or you're hoping to change this person, start to reflect on it. What do you want to change about yourself? Because a lot of times that person is just going to reflect to you the way you feel about yourself. So if you attracted a person that doesn't give you attention, that doesn't talk to you as much as you want to be talked to or given attention, how are you not giving yourself attention? Reflect on that. That person is basically a mirror for you to do the inner development. And all this inner development that you do is for you to, it attracts the right person to you. So you can see it like this, and you can write this somewhere else in your journal. What qualities does your ex have that reflects back to you? If you put that your ex was angry, how are you angry? What are you angry about? If you put that your ex didn't give you attention, in what way are you not giving yourself attention? If you put that your ex cheated on you, well, in what way are you cheating out on yourself? What are you cheating yourself out of? Are you cheating yourself out of following your dreams and maybe becoming a coach or a YouTube, what is it called? A content creator, or becoming an author? What are you cheating yourself out of? Are you cheating yourself out of happiness? Was this ex that you had, were they unhappy, or were they not a positive person? They were just always negative. In what way are you negative? What are you negative about? Start reflecting on that, because that's going to give you the most insight, and you're going to have that aha moment where you're like, oh, snap. Okay, I'm connecting the dots. You're going to connect the dots on this, and you're going to come to a realization. You're going to have a breakthrough. So it kind of reminds me of, like, in a last relationship that I had, it was like I wanted this person to fulfill my love languages and love me in a certain way. And it wasn't being fulfilled. And so me doing the same thing that I told you to do, I can reflect on that and be like, okay, so in what way am I not loving myself? How am I not loving myself in this way? So then when I started to see it like that, I can start seeing, oh, wow, okay, so this is really more about me and me loving myself. In what ways can I love myself more? And how can I do my own love languages for myself? And the way that I started to do that is complimenting myself. Words of affirmation. Give yourself words of affirmation. Look at yourself in the mirror. Say that you're beautiful. Write your self-love notes. You know? Does that make sense? And when you do it like that, you're going to be like, after a while, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I am so beautiful. I love you, girl. You're looking amazing. Okay. So when you do that, you're going to get the insight that you needed. You're going to be like, oh. And I want to know in the comments what breakthrough you got when you did this. When you reflected and seen this mirror complex, what did you figure out? What was that aha moment for you? Third thing, y'all, and this is the most important thing ever. Forgiveness. Now, I know. You have heard forgiveness 1,001 times. And you're probably like, okay, I forgive you. Now what? It's a little deeper than that. So when you're forgiving someone, remember, forgiveness is not a one-time thing. It is a multiple time thing. Now, with forgiveness, though, what you're going to do is you can do ho'oponopono. And that is saying, I'm sorry, I forgive you, thank you, I love you. And the way that I like to do it is I'll close my eyes, get a nice visual going, and you will see that person. So in this case, you'll see your ex. And then what you're going to do, so visualize that person in front of you, and then visualize a golden cord, or just, it could be any color you want, but a golden cord connecting your heart to their heart. And then what you're going to do is you're going to say, I'm sorry, I forgive you, thank you, I love you. And then I take a deep breath in, release. I have this giant pair of golden scissors. Now you can have whatever color you want. You got these golden scissors, and you cut that cord. And then once I cut the cord, I'll take another deep breath in. And then when I breathe out, I will kind of like, I'll see that person and that whole scene just kind of shatter. So it shatters and fades away. And so that is ho'oponopono. And so as you're doing this forgiveness, though, take your time with it. Don't rush through it and just say, I'm sorry, I forgive you. No. Chill. Take your time. And then you can write a forgiveness list. I forgive you for this. I forgive you for calling me this. I forgive you for not loving me in the ways that I desired. Do that forgiveness list, and then another one for yourself. What do you forgive yourself for? I forgive myself for allowing this person to get to me. I forgive myself for feeling trapped. I forgive myself for feeling anxiety and prolonging the relationship. Forgive yourself, forgive the person, forgive yourself. Because that's the combination. And as you do this, you're going to feel lighter and lighter. And after you do all this deep inner development, this deep forgiveness, if it comes up again in the future, like tomorrow, where you're thinking about this person, you're like, well, you know what? Relax and do this stuff again. I mean, you don't have to do every single thing again, but pick something and forgive, release, forgive. And you'll feel so much better. And as you do this, you're going to be like, Jeremy, huh? Billy who? And it's going to be, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more magnetic. And you can start really focusing on the relationship with yourself, because that's what matters. That is what's making you magnetic. Of course, the release work and letting go, that makes you magnetic. Of course it does. And you also loving yourself, that makes you magnetic. That makes you so magnetic. It can be felt from miles away magnetic. Have you ever felt that? Where you're just like, you just sense this aura of somebody and you're just like, I want to know that person. I want to talk to that person. Because self-love is magnetic. It's that connecting factor. I know this helped you a ton, and I appreciate you for watching this video. And again, I'm gonna remind you, I want to know in the comments, what breakthrough did you get, or what did you feel after you did these techniques? What did you get from this? I want to know in the comments. And I will also see you in the next video right over here somewhere.